Hi, welcome.
Hello.
Could you just introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you?
Sure. So I'm Karen Herrick. I'm a freelance artist and a creative educator, wife and mum to 3 adult children. I get called all sorts of names: mum, sis, aunt, grandmother, and often that artist lady, to name but a few.
And what does your everyday life look like, Karen?
It's really, really varied. Tomorrow, literally, I'll be clearing up from running an arts and wellbeing session with women recovering from domestic abuse, a session that I run regularly with a Christian charity. But as a freelancer, every day is different. One day I might be working in the studio on my textile artwork. I might be working on a commission, preparing and creating a workshop, working with families, people with dementia, in a hospital, mental health groups, school. I could be running a creative retreat or a quiet day or writing material for publishing. Who knows?
So you don't get bored, I would imagine.
Definitely not, no.
And you get to interact with so many different people as well. That must be fascinating.
I do. Yeah.
How does your faith impact your everyday life?
Tremendously. I think my faith is the bedrock, really, of my life through the best and the worst of times. It's what guides me in the way that I live and my response to the world. And I think it informs my actions. I think the truths of Scripture and the life of Jesus just inspire me to try to live a faithful life. And I hope that the way that I act enables others to know that I have a faith and that I'm a Christian. And I think that my work, my artwork reflects my faith. And I try to honour this and steward those gifts that I've been given through ministry. I believe that the whole of our lives should be a prayer, really, to give God the worship that he deserves, that he for the Creator. Yeah.
How does your church help support you in your everyday faith?
Well, now this is a question that it might be rather different. I've got different views of what church consists of, and that's developed over the last few years. I mean, for most of my Christian life, I've attended a traditional church, but over the last few years, even prior to the pandemic, which has changed everybody's perception of church, in inverted commas, I'd been finding more meaningful connections with Christian communities online, through retreat houses, and connections through the rhythms of living so-called new monastic communities, that way of life, like Northumbria community, and the historical Ignatian, Celtic, Benedictine traditions. So my church as such is not the norm as it perhaps many people would have. How can the church support me? Well, I think that I've got a heartfelt plea to all churches that are coming out of the pandemic, not to want to rush to return to what was before, and to really prayerfully explore alternative, creative and more relevant ways of doing church. So many people are looking for something, for faith, for community. And I think to prayerfully address the practical issues in serving the community that we've been placed in, I think that would be my church plea. So the support that I get from church is not the traditional, but it's from a variety of traditions, I guess. Yeah, it's the people, isn't it? It's the people in the church that support you and give you that ability to bear out the ministry that you have. Yeah.
Thank you, Karen. Thank you so much for sharing your everyday faith story with us.
Thank you.